right.
What?
Are we ready?
He's running for office? You
Madman.
don't want this on the internet, man.
Madman. Enough.
Yeah. So,
All right, here we go. All right, so first session of the new game. Here we go. Starting out, as I said before, we are going to have some individual, well, mostly individual scenes. So let's see. Who do we want to start with?
I have to share mine with Seekers. Alright.
It's highly possible.
Don't sound so disappointed.
What do you mean we have to? I don't want to fucking
You
do it.
don't want to
with this
share the
asshole.
experience together?
Fuck this Seeker asshole.
Fuck this
I
guy.
don't want to play with him.
Fuck him.
so harsh. So harsh.
Who do
No
what?
mercy.
Okay, so based on the roll, we will begin on a ship at sea.
Oh, great.
Ha 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 ha
Let's
Crap,
just-
can you bring back the...
ha 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 ha.
Can I do what?
Yeah, no, you didn't.
Oh, yeah, I was bringing the map up. All right, so Arthur, you are currently guarding a. I've lost his name now.
A dwarf?
A dwarf, yes,
Love you.
but
Have you gotten nervous, chick? Are you all nervous, Casey?
no, I've just lost a name.
Getting shadows.
A
Is this
Gorgonite?
the voice of Sig?
Is the dwarf a Gorgonite?
Singrid Acid Breath, that's it. You are currently employed by a dwarf by the name of Singrid Acid Breath, who is traveling on a ship west. He's recently been visiting the Mountain of the Gnomes, some kind of trade negotiations. You weren't actually with him for the negotiations. You joined him just afterwards.
Okay.
Taylor.
And now Taylor joins and all of the cameras go everywhere.
What's going on, Tay?
Yes.
Hello.
Alright,
Oh,
I'm going to
shit, there
drop
he
the,
is.
Hello.
I'm going to have to drop the call for a second so that I can order some food.
Alright, hurry back.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
And
I'm
I will
joking.
kill your character while you're gone.
No, please don't.
Up there's no
I
light.
thought you were being serious.
Shit. There we go.
Alright,
There we
everyone.
Yay!
There
Sorry.
you go.
Taylor is back with us, and now we have no eardrums.
I will mute my microphone.
Promise?
That's a lovely promise. But
No, she did it. If she had done what she did into the microphone, I'm pretty sure my headset would have broken. It's cheap. She's still doing it. It's like a loop.
what are you, Raph? What are you?
She's just so excited that
She's
Taylor
doing
is
the
here.
monkey clap now.
Yeah, I mean, we're all
She's
top
acting
liver,
like
obviously.
a girl.
Okay.
Let
so-
me have my fun!
No, your fun is wrong. Your fun is wrong.
Wrong. That's the first game quote. Your fun is wrong. That's the first quote of the new game.
Yes. Your fun is wrong. Mine's right. Stop having fun wrong. Yes.
Isn't that from Critical Role?
Yes,
Well,
it
I
she's
is.
don't
taking
know.
her clothes off now.
Yeah, it is from Critical Role. Yes. And why is Jane? I don't even want to know.
Okay. We're on the ship.
Yes, I'm fixing cameras while you were all distracted by,
Oh,
by
sorry.
Jamie being
We're
stupid.
yes doing. So, Taylor, how have you been doing during the past time?
What was it? 10 weeks?
Yeah.
Yes, Taylor. What have
Yes.
you been doing? How much time is it left for the cameras?
About a minute.
Okay. So you have, I don't know, arbitrary 60 seconds to explain.
I'm just gonna sit here and eat cheese. It's fuck you.
Just smile at the camera.
Yeah, I'm smiling. Don't you see me smile? I'm smiling.
Thank you,
a lot.
Madman. You're the only person I can't see.
Is that a smile? That looks like pain.
Casey, you remember this thing you said about like social interaction issues that you had through feeds? I think Madman actually has that. I think he
so.
actually has it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Hey,
What,
man,
this
how
is
about
like-
those coats?
Yeah, those coats. Yeah,
Ah.
they are awesome coats
Uh-huh,
here
uh-huh.
in the place where see to keep warmth and to
All right, there
look.
we go.
Okay, great. Thank you. Shit.
Good stall. Good stall.
Fuck. I'm fucking.
Okay, so
Madman's not great at improv, sadly.
Fuck
So,
me.
Arthur, you have been
Mhm.
guarding the dwarf Singrid Acid Breath. You are currently traveling with him across towards the city of Zar. Now, you've been in the city of Zar only once before now. Mainly to note when your grandfather died, and you were brought through Zar in order to be taken across to the other continent. Basically,
Okay.
it's the largest port. The knight who was with you, who was a friend of your grandfather's, who your grandfather asked to basically get you to safety when he knew that he was dying, made sure that you were kept very hidden in Zar, so you did not experience much of the city, only to know that it is a quite terrifying place. Not in the Emperor's version of terrifying, but in the kind of free market, anything goes, the laws just as corrupt as the criminals kind of fashion. You do know that there is a very lazy leader in power in Zor that does not really bother with going after criminals. He just executes random people if there are crimes, and he figures that the peer pressure on the population of knowing that someone else will be punished for your crimes will be enough to keep people from committing crimes. It does, for a large amount, work. So you're not really relishing the idea of going back to Zar, but that's where the dwarf is going, and he's paying you, so...
Have I gotten a read on who he is exactly? You know.
Yes,
What
he
his
is
alignment is,
actually...
maybe?
he is the one of the owners of a mining consortium that is trying to establish a new deal to sell metals to the gnomes.
Okay.
He actually, from what you've been able to make out, has been engaged in a few illicit mining operations. Basically mining some lands that he doesn't necessarily own, that might in fact be part of the lands of Urk, which is the land that is technically owned by the Orc. Yeah, my brain went away there for a second. The land's owned by the Orc. Now, the Orc don't mine, so he considers it a victimless crime. And because it's the Orcs, no one's really cared if you steal from them except for them. So, you get the impression that he is an opportunist. It's a nasty world, and he's trying to make money and do the
He's
best.
making the best of it.
Yeah, he's doing what he can to make money in the world. He's not out to fleece people necessarily, but he also knows that sometimes if you're gonna get by, somebody else might have to suffer.
All right.
All right.
So he's basically neutral then. in that
Yeah,
case.
if you had to
Must
guess, he is very neutral in outlook. and
Okay.
probably not lawful.
Probably not law.
Yeah.
By
By the same token, he hasn't struck you as greatly chaotic.
Please don't smite him in the first 15 minutes.
no, I am honor bound to protect him.
Mhm.
There we go. Okay. Just
Now-
checking.
And,
You know.
and then spite him.
Yeah.
Now,
Like,
meanwhile,
what is on about?
Meanwhile, as you are sitting down for an evening meal, Jonathan, you are actually also on a ship sailing away from the Mountain of the Gnomes. In your case, it's actually the first time that you've been across this ocean. You've been sent by They Kicked to acquire some rare materials that can only be found in Zar. So you are actually traveling with a promissory note from They Kicked up to the value of 100,000 gold pieces.
Okay.
Basically, the note is. No, I'm not going to say his entire name. It's 4 volumes long.
No dedication.
He is a gnome, so his name is, entirely too long to say here. The beginning of it is, they kicked me out of the mountain because my inventions always worked, and because of the... Yeah, I'm not going to start.
I made a joke.
Yeah.
That's a funny joke.
You made a joke.
There you go.
Wow.
That is the first paragraph of his novel.
No.
It's entirely too long.
That's the short version.
3.
No.
I
We
think I
must
know
all
3
memorize it out of
3
respect.
pages.
We need to help
Isn't
the
that right,
gnomes
Casey?
understand what short means.
Yes.
Short is like
like,
like-
that's what you are. Just do that with words.
two hands of letters. Two
Hey,
hands
you
of
want-
letters.
Yeah,
you want a
that's
short-
not going to happen.
Ask for the human name.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do.
That's where you get They Kicked, yeah.
My name is. They keep.
No,
but
even
my
a
human
dwarf
name is
doesn't have time
Steve.
for all that. Even a dwarf doesn't have time for all. No. Bad no.
Gnomes make time for it.
Yes. Gnomes talk until someone cuts them off. That's the way their language works.
Their head. Yeah. I understand.
So, Jonathan, you are below deck at the moment. You've actually just finished a meal of your own. You are actually in slightly nicer quarters than Arthur, mainly because Arthur's traveling as a guard, and you're traveling as a representative of the Gnomish Mechanics Guild.
Right.
Now, each of you, as you are sat at your meals, and it is actually quite late into the evening, you kind of finished with your meal and kind of starting to get to the point where you're debating turning in for the evening. You each hear a sound. And Arthur, you recognize the sound first. It sounds like singing. Very faint,
Okay.
distant singing. And the strange thing is, you recognize it. A very familiar female voice. And in a few moments you realize that, for whatever reason, it reminds you of your mother's voice.
Arthur would immediately get up and start going towards wherever this voice is coming from.
It sounds like it's actually coming from up on deck.
Yeah, he would immediately start going there.
Now, meanwhile, Jonathan, as you're sat there, you hear what almost sounds like the ticking of a clock. And then as you're listening, you hear maybe not a clock, but something tapping to a very set rhythm. And again, it's a familiar sound. And it takes you a bit longer because the sound is not quite as distinct, but it sounds like the sound of your father's hammer tapping on on one of his inventions in his workshop.
Hmm.
And it is that regular, steady tapping beat that you know that your father always kept. He was always a very precise man, and you could tell the beat of his hammer had a particular tone to it. And this sounds like that.
Yeah, he hops up and tries to start locating the source of the sound.
Okay. Each of you start trying to head towards the source of these sounds. And each of them leads you up onto the deck. And as you step out onto the deck, you're actually coming from different parts of the ship. So you come out through different entrances. But as you each come out and you look out across the deck, the first thing that you realize is that for whatever reason, you don't see any of the ship's crew on deck, which is almost immediately a source of a little bit of alarm. And then that's followed up when you realize that standing there in the center of the deck, almost between the two of you, are two what we could only describe as spirits that seem to be made of moonlight. And there you see Eliza Dawnseeker and Richard Reed standing side by side. And you can actually look, as you look at them, you look through the two of them. And that's when the two of you see each other for the first time.
Arthur just sort of tilts his head and looks at him as if to say, like, do you know what's going on?
Jonathan looks a bit stunned for a minute, but then eventually like plops down a pair of goggles that seem to glow a bit, and he's like, I have absolutely no idea what's going on, but I really don't want to be here anymore. This is a bit scary.
Arthur goes over and very slowly makes his way towards his mother.
You hear from Richard first in a very soft, it almost sounds like just the wind is making a sound and you're not quite sure it's actually even a voice, and yet somehow you know that it is Richard speaking. And he says, time is short, but it is time. You will soon reach Zar, and you must seek out our oldest friend. And as he says this, Eliza begins speaking and says, the time has come for the blade to be forged and for the head of all of this evil to be removed. We have prepared you for this day, but you must willingly take up the cause.
If there's a pause,
They both fall silent after she has said that.
he immediately goes over and takes out the blade of Davenport and puts it up in his hands towards his mother. And he says, I will champion your cause. I will defeat the evil that plagues this land.
As you say that, she reaches up and she touches the blade for a moment. And then her hand passes through the blade and touches your chest. And there is a glow of light. Jonathan, what are you doing while this is going on?
Jonathan has like a big, bit of an oversized glove that he keeps holding up and just waving constantly over like apparitions and what's going on. And he eventually puts his goggles up and says, you know, Dad, I have been wanting to test out a really nice invention that they kicked offered me.
And he reaches out his hand and beckons you forward. And about the time he beckons you forward is when you start to see the glow from Eliza and from Arthur.
He walks forward.
And as you walk forward, you see Eliza fade into the moonlight in this glow. And then you watch Arthur, almost as if he's fallen asleep standing, fall to the deck, just as your father's hand touches your chest. And again, he begins to dissipate in this glow of energy. And then the two of you wake up the following morning in your beds.
I'm getting a knock on my door. Sorry.
Okay. I will go ahead and I will give you each your extra sheet while he's AFK.
Extra sheet? What?
Yeah, you've each just gotten something.
Uh-oh.
Jamie, you don't have your mic on.
So you will see under handouts and under legacy abilities, but don't say anything about this yet. Don't say anything about it until the others have also had theirs given to them.
I will look at the sheet through Doc's reflections in his glasses. Hang on. I will do the CSI thing and enhance.
Enhance!
Hang on. Enhance! Hold your head still, damn it.
No, don't do that!
Damn it.
Isn't this what they do on CSI, etc.?
Yeah, like you can't enhance if I do this.
I can't enhance if I do this.
Yeah. What gonna do?
Hopefully he
We
will
have
not be too
this-
long and we can finish this scene.
Hopefully he turns off his AC.
I can't imagine that happening.
I can't wait until Jamie gets to do her scene without sound.
I'm gonna... Yeah, what did you link there, Casey? Interpretive dance?
Oh,
No.
yeah, that was good
Yeah.
on Critical Role.
Yeah, let's do that.
No.
Holy shit, I actually
No.
watched that
No.
today.
Please
The
don't.
timer.
The scene that I linked does not spoil anything.
Yeah,
It is literally just.
it's just goofy.
Yeah.
It's them going.
Can my contribution
Still didn't
to
click on
the
it.
interpretive dance be pointing and laughing?
Hey, Ben. They can dance if they want to.
They can leave their old friends behind.
Yeah.
Because if the friends don't dance, then if they don't dance, then
They're
no
no
friends
friends.
of mine.
God, you've set Jamie off.
Hey, practice a dance
What do
for
you
this.
you say that like she doesn't get set off every other like minute?
No, no,
Well,
no.
she does, but this time you're responsible.
2 sessions ago, we said we were going to learn
Friends
a safety dance.
If they don't dance, then
And you never
no
did.
friends of mine.
And
You can dance
she's
if you
dancing
want
with a
to.
dog. Jamie is dancing with a dog.
Poor dog.
You're okay, buddy, aren't you?
Puppy,
To the dance.
he's just like, I don't know what's going on.
No, he's like super scared. He's like, ah.
Do you have a jacket on your
Oh,
dog?
look at him. Yeah,
what?
because he gets cold.
Does he tell you he gets cold?
Yes, he shivers.
Going to Australia, it's impossible for you to
Because-
get
It's usually a good indication.
Because dogs have
Australia.
these things called fur coats that normally keep them warm.
No, this is
And when
impossible.
you shave them, they shiver.
Why do
I'm
you
look-
shave your dog?
Because he's a poodle, he doesn't shed.
How is it 10 degrees?
I have an answer for everything, motherfucker. Come at me, bro.
Why are you
Just
shaving?
because it's an answer doesn't mean that it's a good.
That
What
it
is the
makes
meaning
sense.
of life?
It's a poodle. It's a poodle. It doesn't shed.
Yeah,
He just
and
grows.
you
So
still
you have
don't-
to shave him.
You can trim them without shaving them.
Yeah, you can.
You're not me, Casey.
You're not absolutely shit with clippers.
That's why you send them somewhere.
Yeah.
Sigurd, God damn it.
Yeah,
Get back here.
That's money.
Can
Puppy
you
farm?
do the hook like, get over
You
here?
gotta come back!
Ow!
I mean, if that doesn't work, I don't know what does.
You're just punishing us when you yell and he's not here.
Collective.
Yeah, I'm aware. You think I don't know that?
That's not even collective punishment. That's not even punishing the person, just everyone else.
Okay,
Could start
so
the next scene.
yeah, I've just rolled to start the next scene.
Hmm.
So while we wait for and while Sigurd gets back, as soon as I
God
sign, we'll
damn
start the
it.
next scene.
Best fucking timing ever.
Okay, Sigurd. Before you
So
say
sorry.
anything, before you say anything, Sigurd, under handouts, under legacy abilities, you have a new sheet there. But I'm going to say, don't say anything about it until everyone has had their initial scene. Okay.
Can me and Seeger share between in PMs?
If you want to.
I mean, if you don't want to pay attention to the rest of our scenes, go
Yeah.
ahead.
But
We're not going to judge you.
But basically, what I'm asking is, I don't want any spoilers until everyone gets to see their thing for the first.
Okay.
All right. So yes, each of you wake up the following morning in your bed, wondering if that really happened or not.
Okay.
I mean, it felt very much like a dream.
Do I feel anything different about me?
Yes, you do. You feel the resulting of what is on that I've just shared with you.
I just sort of look at my hand and then put it into a fist, and I think to myself, you know, I am now honor bound to defeat this evil. So
I will
go
say,
on with the day.
as the two of you go about your day, you do then see each other on the ship. And I'm going to
Okay.
ask you each to make me. Actually, hold on. Let me just have a look.
It's
Let me see what your pass. Let me see your passes before I make you roll.
Get up there like...
Yeah, each
I
of
dreamt of
you
you.
go ahead and roll me perception. because neither of your passives is very good. In fact, I think, Jonathan, your perception is the worst in the group. And yet you beat Doc.
Because I am terrible at rolling. That's why.
No, you have a crap perception for a paladin. What the fuck? How? Wisdom is your thing, man.
No, that's
Wisdom is not my
charisma.
thing. Charisma is my thing.
Really? It is?
I have 20 charisma, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Paladins are strength and charisma now.
Oh, I thought it was... okay.
There are very few paladin spells that require high wisdom.
I see. Okay. I'll take it back then, but still, I will judge you in silence. And with silence, I mean actively saying things. Never mind me. Go on.
Jonathan, as you see him again, and think about last night, you do realize who this must be. Even though the last time you saw him was 19 years ago, and you were both small children at the time. There are not that many purple half-giants around that that would have been involved in any of this. That would have been tied to Eliza. You know who Eliza was.
Not purple, but
as you were a child, Eliza actually came to your house a number of times. Your father insisted that you get a very basic tutoring in the arcane, and she was the one that actually came and explained that to you.
Okay. Well, upon seeing him, I say, well, actually, like, where are we right now? On deck or below deck?
on deck, probably.
Okay. I'm sitting there.
Yeah, you meet each other on deck.
Yeah. As he's walking by, like, fiddling with one of his toys, he looks up and looks at you for a second and says, "Oh, I can recognize my father's magic fairly easily. Arthur? Is that you?
He gives you a good look.
The boy with the dragon?"
Do I recognize him?
When he says you didn't before, but when he says your name and when you think about last night and the person who was with your mother, it clicks in your head and you realize who this must be. It must be Jonathan Reed.
You are Jonathan.
Yes. John. Friends call me John.
John.
It's been some time.
This is very hard.
Yes. You are sailing to Zar, or are you going somewhere else?
We're going to Zar. I think we should speak in private.
He looks around and
He just sort
I
of
don't know, maybe
pushes you
they're
down
nice.
below deck.
yeah, he goes along. He says, "Oh, okay."
And I am very large. If you want me to describe my character, I can. I mean, he looks exactly like the picture.
Mhm.
Yeah, feel
but he's
free if
wearing-
you want to give description, but I mean,
Yeah.
you're distinctive. You're a purple half giant.
I'm not purple.
People eater.
You're not purple.
Not purple.
I thought you were purple.
I'm like cerulean blue. Sort.
Okay.
Cerulean.
I'm not
So the first thing I'm gonna say is I don't remember you being that purple.
Yes.
not purple.
Can you breathe? Tell me now.
I think you're a proper shade of Viridian.
Iridian? Really?
Viridian.
Fuck is
Viridian?
it for-
Fuck
I
it.
Now
would
you're
never-
just making up words.
Yeah, I
I-
would never
You
want
mean
to go
Viridian
by
green?
colors with you for anything.
Virid-
Like, I want blue on my, like, that's not blue, that's sky blue. This is ocean blue, and this
Yeah.
is tapestry blue.
So the
like,
two of
fuck
you
your
make
couch.
your way below decks into one of the two of your cabins. You each do have one,
Right.
so
Mhm.
And I say, "You are the toy maker's son." And he pulls out
Yeah.
the broken lighter dragon toy,
Oh
He
no! What
shows it.
happened to the head? Here, give it here.
and he hands it to him.
Oh no! One moment. Keep talking. What? Sorry. And he's like fiddling it with it as he looks up at you.
We have been given a task from our parents. You understand what we must do?
I had a strange dream last night, but I mean, from what I gleaned from it, I should just take a gun and shoot someone.
This is no coincidence. And I believe that you are very mistaken as to what you're thinking of. We must defeat the evil that plagues this land. And you and I, we've been judged to do so.
By the ghost of our parents, but we're still only two, and we're by ourselves.
Then we must find, as your father said, their old friend. Do I know his name?
Yeah. Do we recognize who he might be talking about?
well, he didn't tell you who it was, but you're assuming your father's oldest friend. Assuming that you know that all of your father's friends were the heroes. The oldest among them was the dwarven druid, Declan Ironeater, you think the name was.
Declan the Druid. We must find him. And he can help us. Whatever you've been doing now, it does not matter. This is a higher calling now. I knew that one day something would happen. And I would be judged like this. And so are you. And he just sort of taps you on the back.
He,
Good on you.
Yeah, as you like tap him, he spawns a bit like, okay, well, here at least, and he hands this your dragon lighter back to you, and it is fully repaired.
And he just sort of flicks it on.
It works.
Very good. And he puts it back into his chainmail, to a pocket. And yeah, I basically tell him about what I've been going through, and you can read my backstory and have that in knowledge character. And he asks what you've gone through, and I can read your character backstory.
Yeah.
And from there, then, we will cut to the next scene, where we will find Vincent.
Hello.
Hello. You have spent the last few months in the village of Carmen.
It's very nice over here.
Yes, very nice village where no one seems to ever talk to anyone or
Fantastic.
question anything about what anyone else is doing.
Heaven.
Or associate with anyone. They all just kind of go about their business quietly, looking at their feet in front of them.
As it should be.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah.
I
see no problem.
It's an oddly perfect place for you, actually.
Yeah, this is amazing.
No.
It just seems that everything is right here. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
What are you saying, Ben?
No.
Everything is too good to be true? Shut up.
I see an explosion in your future.
So yes, you've been living in this town for a few months now,
Yep.
and you are awoken in the dead of night by. Well, you assume that the sound must have woken you because you've woke up, but you don't actually remember anything making a sound.
Okay.
And as you go to sit up from your bed, you come face to face with your father.
Fuck.
I mean, as in like inches from your face. And you see him, and then it takes a moment to realize that you're looking through him, and you can see the wall on the other side of his face.
Yeah, he just.
Oh,
Exactly. Like it does the thing where like I have a gun. I have a gun. I have a gun. Shit.
Now tell me his father starts busting out laughing.
No. You just hear the whisper, and your father always spoke in a whisper.
Yeah.
No matter what, he always whispered anyway. But this is one of your father's whispers. And he just very firmly says, "Be silent."
He freezes.
And then he just very quietly says to you, "Time is short. But you have hidden long enough. Seek out Iron Eater in Zar.
You died.
Seek out Iron Eater in Zar. He can explain to you what's going on."
You know,
And
that's the thing.
he looks that kind of very firm face that your father always did.
Yeah.
And he says, "The task we have set for you is of the utmost importance. Can you accomplish it?"
I think he kind of reverts back to, teenage Vincent. Like, yes, father.
Yeah. And as you kind of say, "Yes, father," he smiles and he says, "It was good to see you, son." And then he reaches forward and puts his hand against you. And again, bright flash of light. And you wake up the next morning.
When I wake up, is there a face in front of me again?
No, there is not a face in front of you this time.
Great.
But
Fucking
something
great.
does feel different.
Yeah. Piss my
And-
bed.
And you now have your legacy ability there.
Shit. Fucking that, scaring the shit out of me.
That's
Some
what dads are
things
for,
never
man.
change.
Yeah, like what was the like everyone else like let's make a sound, let's make sure they are prepared for it. Not my dad, no.
No, your
Like,
dad.
it's like, are you awake? Fuck me. Shit.
I jumped 20 feet.
Throws cold water on you. Time
Yeah.
to wake up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Besides the alphabet, like A, B, C, D. Hang on. What?
Okay.
Oh, fuck me.
Next, we will move to the pair of half-orc who are...
Sorry. Get my legacy ability. Just want
Yeah.
to see what that is.
I gave it to you.
I can't see it. There it is. But I-
Handouts, legacy abilities. And it should be there.
Oh! Oh, fuck. That's disgusting.
My hair is a hot mess.
So, the half-orc twins, Zig and Zag. The two of you are currently...
Jamie just walked away.
She's still got her
I'm
headphones.
still here.
Oh.
Yeah.
She in spirit.
Wireless, bro.
Yeah, she does the whole wireless thing. Just
I
as,
hear.
long
Oh,
as, yeah, just as long as you mute at the right times.
She doesn't always.
I know.
Horrible. Horrifying.
The two of you are currently attending a tribal ceremony. You have accompanied your uncle to the what is referred to as the Waiting Lands in the land of Urk. Basically, although the tribes of the orcs are nomadic, you are constantly on the move. The orc do maintain this kind of one central settlement, where the young who are too young to move yet, the old who have gotten too old to move, kind of stay in this one place, and where the different tribes can come together in peace to mediate things. This is also where the graves of the more important orc are located. Now, your father's grave is among these. And so while you are here with your uncle, attending other ceremonies, you both have taken the time to pay your respects at your father's grave.
Would our mother be here?
No, your mother is not here.
Right.
You actually have no idea what happened to your mother.
Hmm.
You both know that after the parade, your mother said goodbye, sent you to your father, and you never heard from her again.
Oh.
She went to go get cigarettes. Went out to buy cigarettes and never came back.
You lived with your father among the orc for a number of years, until he then passed away, at which point your uncle took over as the chieftain of the tribe and continued to raise you as his own. So the two of you, and it's actually at this point, you've been attending the ceremonies throughout most of the day, so it is early evening. The moon has just risen. You are standing at the grave when you start to see... It's an odd thing because you're not used. You're used to moonlight coming kind of from one direction, you know, where the moon is, down to the ground. That's normally what moonlight does. But as you stood there, you start to see the moonlight bending. Maybe is the best word, or a shape begins to appear in the light, and it almost seems to draw together and take form. And you watch as there, on top of the grave of your father, the moonlight seems to solidify into a semi-transparent image of your mother.
Zag, are you seeing this? Or am I hallucinating?
Were those bad mushrooms?
I was about to say, either I'm saying this or I'm very drunk. I didn't drink today.
Well, I'm not drunk. I'm pretty damn sober, so I'm guessing this is here. Just like grab my, like put my hand on the handle of the battle axe and just take a step forward in front of Zag. Just like, come at me. I don't know what the fuck this is.
The ghostly image crosses her arms in front of herself and says, "Would you raise a blade to your own mother?"
How do I know you're my mother?
She just stares at you. And you do know that look.
Okay. Okay, yep, I know that look. Slowly raise, just step back, stand next to Zag. Look like a scolded child, like, oh, sorry.
Your time with the orc has served you well, but it is at an end. It is time for you to journey to the city. Now, the two of you don't go to the city.
We probably don't leave our roaming area.
Nope.
Yeah, you roam all over the place, but cities is not somewhere you roam to.
Mm.
And when she says that, do the two of you say anything, or do you just kind of stare at her?
We look at each other. We just like...
She kind of waits a moment, and then she clears her throat and she says, "You have trained, you have fought, you have been made ready for the time when the battle would not be against a beast. You are my children. And in that battle is in your blood. Seek out the dwarf. Seek out the others. And then do what we could not."
Who are the others?
Do you ask her that?
Mm-hmm.
As you're asking that, she actually you see her turn and she's actually looking, kind of for the first time, at the grave she's standing on.
Mm-hmm.
And she answers you kind of without turning back, and she says, 19 years ago, we made a pact. Our only chance to defeat a foe that we had no hope against. It is up to you and the other children to fight our last battles for us. And she turns back and she actually reaches out a hand to each of you. And she says, "If you accept, that is."
I will step forward and take her hand.
Okay.
And I'll take Zag's lead and do the same.
Okay. As you do, you see her smile. And then there's no flash of light this time. she almost just seems to disperse once more into the moonlight.
Mm.
And as she does, you realize that it almost seems that the area around your father's grave is better lit than the rest of the area is around. Like there's a shaft of moonlight remaining there.
Mm.
And the two of you don't wake up the next morning. I mean, you probably will at some point, but...
We don't get
died.
Did you kill us off? We died really early.
You died. Joke's on you. We'll be
Yeah,
back
but-
up.
Casey did say this is going to be a dark campaign, right?
Yeah. But
Do that
basically...
like Game of
Dude, you
Thrones
just Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones session 1.
Yeah.
No, session
Fuck.
0.
Holy shit.
But the two of you are basically left standing there, still at the grave. And I will give each of you now your legacy. Which actually you both receive the same legacy.
Yeah, boy.
Because it's coming from the same person.
Twinsies!
And there you go. Handouts,
I don't
legacy
think-
abilities.
I didn't see anything. Ah, here we go.
And again, no spoilers. Alright, so Arthur, Jonathan, Vincent, Zig and Zag. All that we have left now is Kalek. Is it Kalek?
Kalek.
Kalek.
Kalek. Okay.
Your nickname's Kale.
Kale Lick. You
For someone
lick-
named
you lick
Kale, you're very unhealthy.
Is that how the addiction thing started? Did you lick a lot of kale, and it was like a gateway into?
I think his addiction was kelp tape or kale tape. Isn't that what they use?
It's actually based off a demon name, so yeah, fuck off.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Oh, shit.
Kale is a gateway food.
All right, Lucifer. I'm really scared now.
Shit.
All right, so Kalek,
Mhm.
You are actually standing in your shop. You've actually just locked up for the day, and you're kind of giving your wares a once-over to make sure everything is in place before you head up to bed.
All right.
When you hear a sound behind you,
I'm gonna throw a dagger at it.
you throw a dagger at it?
Yeah.
All right. Roll me to hit, just to see.
That was an immediate.
Like, you don't get a legacy.
Well,
you killed
well,
your father.
It is going to be a dark